And we're back. Hey guys.
On another episode of
Naik Bulu Tales.
Off the cuff.
OTC.
Thanks for joining us again tonight.
Yep.
Another episode of Naik Bulu Tales. We are here. We're doing something a little bit more fun tonight.
I think we realized we need to talk about the iconic horror characters in the past 50 years.
I guess so,
right?
Especially in the more known sector of Hollywood.
Yes,
Western.
And this segment is just mainly Hollywood horror icons.
Yeah, so we kind of gathered a few. Well, not a few.
About 10. Yeah.
Characters, iconic characters that we have watched from their films
Since we were young.
My God, it's like 9 or 10 years old, right?
I think we were too young. We shouldn't have.
I mean, it's all right. That's where the love came from.
Yeah.
We started
became
young.
Fans.
And yeah, we just wanted to kind of discuss a little bit about the character and see like how would we react if we were one of their victims or
we were up against them.
Yeah, we were up
What would we
against
do? But we'll talk about them first.
Yeah. So our first character is the infamous Freddy Krueger. If you guys haven't watched Nightmare on Elm Street, he is a character from this film. He is known for his burnt face. He's got that blue and red striped sweater.
Red. I think it's red and green. And there've been discussions about what are the colors of his stripes. Yeah,
sure. Similar.
Yeah.
And then he's always wearing these sharp, the gloves with the sharp blades.
Right.
And the most iconic thing about him is he invades your dream.
This is God. Watch this.
Kristen, why don't you, call on one of your little friends? Maybe they could help. Why don't you reach out?
Yeah, so just think about that for a second. Like, how do you run away from someone chasing you in your dream? Like, if he kills you in your dream, you die in real life.
Yes.
Right.
So you have to stay awake.
Yes.
In order to escape him, but as a human being, you won't be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we watched most of not all of the Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's like, how do you beat someone that is not real, but it is real in the sense of if it kills you, you're dead in real life.
How much did Freddy scare you when you were younger? Did he?
I definitely felt uneasy, like I hear his name, I see his picture on a poster or anything, it's like Freddy Krueger.
Did you not want to go to sleep? Did it make you not want to go
That's
to sleep?
funny you said that, because I never had that thought though, because deep down I was like, it's only a film, it's only a character in the movies, it's not gonna.
So he was a fun character, but he didn't really scare you.
He scared me circumstantial. Like, I'd be watching the film, then it's scary. I'm scared for the characters. I'm like, damn. But once the movie's done, I was very much like, it's a Freddy. It's Freddy. He's in your dreams.
I think the first time I watched this movie, yes, I could not sleep because I was afraid of Freddy invading my dreams.
Yeah.
But I think after Nightmare on Elm Street 2 came out, 3 came out, and I was like, okay.
And you're a very dream person. You remember your dreams.
Yeah.
I remember throughout our years of friendship, 20 odd years of friendship, you will always tell me about your dreams, and it's very vivid for you.
Yeah,
you have
vivid.
details. Yeah. So
I can remember. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Freddy being in your dreams, that's freaky.
Man, Freddy, please don't come to my dream tonight.
Yeah.
Please. Anyway, but yeah, I think.
Okay, so what would you do if he was chasing you?
Man,
you know what?
Right? I mean, I don't know. Give up.
Really? Wow. I mean, hey,
where do I run
that's
to?
Okay. Yeah, exactly. How?
It's like you can't run away because.
But you'll try for survival.
But the only thing is, you can only see him in your dreams, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
Wherever you run, he's still going to be there because he's taking over your dreams. So I think that's the scary part about him.
But that's the thing, right? They never knew it's a dream. They thought it was real until they wake up, and that is scary.
So, like, I mean, the other characters we're going to talk about, they're not in our dreams, so we can somehow get away from them.
Somehow, yeah.
But with Freddy, you can't really.
That's true, right? So it's more like he's this spirit. Because the history of Freddy Krueger is that he was burned by the parents, because the actual, before, when he was human, he was a pedophile, I believe. He worked at a school or something, and the parents heard about this guy, and they chased him, or they burned him in his house or a warehouse, depending on which. If you saw the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, and that was very apparent, and then that's why he attacks the children of the town as revenge. He's a vengeful ghost. He's a grudge without the claws. Yeah.
Let's go to the next one.
All right. So we have actually one of my favorites from the Friday the 13th franchise, Mr. Jason Voorhees. So Jason is a mask killer. He usually wears a hockey mask, and his weapon of choice is a machete.
Machete.
His story is he
drowned, right?
Right. The story is that he was not. I believe he was a deformed baby, and he grew up raised by his mother, who wasn't the best figure in his life. If you've seen part two, I believe, of Friday the 13th, spoiler alert, is that the killer was his mother. So it's in his blood. Being murderous in his blood. So he pursues the victims of Camp Crystal Lake. So all these it's a what was it, the camp leaders called? I can't. Okay. Yeah. So he would attack these kids because he drowned.
Counselors.
Camp counselors. He drowned in Crystal Lake, and due to possibly these kids making fun of him, and then he grew up seeking. He sought out vengeance. So that's the thing in these horror tropes that Jason Voorhees would like, that trope of like don't have sex in a horror film because you become a victim. So all these kids would do, all these young teenagers who are counselors, they would like having sex here and there, cabins here and there. So Jason's like, oh, you fucked? Yeah, you're gonna die. So I don't know, something about Jason really drives me to have interest in him, because I think it's something about him. He's this almost immortal serial killer, but again, like Freddy, he had a purpose. He had a goal. Is to kill everybody at Crystal Lake. Simple as that.
Whoever stepped in there would die.
Yeah. And what I find interesting about Jason, and similar to later we'll talk about Michael Myers, they both have this, they don't need to chase you, they just walk to you, which is creepy as hell, right? And they have this ability to just appear. We tried playing Friday the 13th on PlayStation, and that was part of, like, you could be Jason or you could be a camp counselor, right? And
could never escape.
Yeah. And one of the features that he could just appear anywhere in the game, right? We can just teleport. So that's the thing, he has this it seems like he can teleport because he's just like walking after his victims, and then he's just there later,
It's so weird because when you watch it younger, you're like, why can't they just get away from him? He's just walking. Did
Jason ever give you the heebie-jeebies?
He was more of a action ghost to me. It's more, he never really freaked me out. Yeah, it was more the gore that I didn't really appreciate.
Not a gore person.
I'm not a gore person.
It is very gory. All the Friday the 13th.
All right.
Yeah.
And I mean, how would...
Okay, so I could ask you again. How would you, if he was chasing you, if Jason was chasing you, and this is real life, not a dream, what would you do besides running away? Would you fight back? Try?
I mean,
if you're going to give up in a dream...
I'd probably try to run as far as my knees could take me. I got bad knees.
Same.
But... it's tough because we watched the film as well, right? Whoever shoots him, he doesn't go down. You just have to kind of hide from him, but just don't go to Crystal Lake.
That is true.
The next one is similar, and what Mo mentioned just now is actually similar. The name is Michael Myers.
Yes.
from the Halloween series. I always get confused between Michael Myers and Jason.
Well, they both wear masks. That's true.
They both wear masks. They both walk. And and they just both won't die.
His family.
Yeah, they take their time.
Take that time,
It's a mental fuck.
So I always get it. So Michael is known for his, like his mask as well, and he also has apparently a methodical approach to hunting his victims. But he's always hunting that main character, which is what's her name?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah,
because of family heritage or something like that.
Yes. So she is his biological sister.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow, totally forgot about
Michael. Actually, they mention like there's a scene where he goes to a mental institution, right? And there's the psychiatrist or psychologist that takes care of him. And I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the movie, but those who aren't, when he was taking care of Michael and having all these psychological therapy and sessions, he would describe that he has black eyes. Like he'll look like, his eyes look normal, but then there's something dark about it. So I've always wondered if Michael, is that something, could be something spiritual to it, which they don't show at all. And Michael Myers is a complete serial killer for the definition of what he is. Yeah. But it'd be interesting to see that as a part of him that is somewhat possessed.
But like with Michael, I feel like his character, out of the characters that we've spoken of so far, is the saddest character. There's a sad element to Michael Myers. Because when he faces Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's like, like the sister, and when she, in the earlier movies, when she's trying to kind of convince him or change his mind and do all these kind of things, he's like staying silent, and you just see the camera on his eyes, and it's like he's deciding what to do. Should he do the kind of thing, So it's a little bit of you can see that there's a little fight in him. Yeah, like not good, but but just like you interpret it as in a way, it's like, is there still a little bit of the old Michael in there? Yeah, there's I think the human side of it has just gone in the deep end. Because it's funny, because in the movie, right, the first movie, obviously the original one, John Carpenter, he killed his mom, I believe, in the opening scene, and he was only 9-10 years old. So he was already dark as a young. It's true. Oh, that's again Jason and Michael. They both started young, and when they decided to become murderous. Really, it's like desire to go for that career. So that's the thing. Michael also had a goal, because his sister Laurie Strode, right, Jamie Lee Curtis, he will always go back to Haddonfield, Illinois, right? And it happened. Why the series is called Halloween? Because it happened. He does his killing in Halloween, during Halloween. And it's the best part, because everyone's wearing masks. They wouldn't think he's a creepy guy. He's just like, oh, that's a nice mask that you're wearing there. So yeah, his goal was to get to his sister, and the obstacles were other people that he just decided to kill on the way, but his goal was always to kill Laurie. Okay, so we have spoken about this gentleman in our previous OTC about the horror films. Yeah, we delved in this horror film before. So this is Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and he is exactly what it sounds. He's a chainsaw wielding killer, pretty much. And he also wears a mask. Oh my god, like what our choices are very interesting. He too wears a mask because it's a mask made of human skin. So I think in the movie they're cannibals. There's a tight knit family. Actually, maybe the movie, the theme is actually family of Texas Chainsaw. Fucked up family. Right, fucked up family. Yeah. So he is the
I think the favorite in the family. He does all the killing. He does all the skinning.
It's like the leader. Is he?
I wouldn't call him the leader. I would call him like the go-to warrior of the family. Like, and this is what the scary thing about Leatherface is, because yes, he too is a deformed human based off incest and inbreeding. I guess that's what it is. That's a lot of issues. That's a lot of family issues here. He's definitely got daddy and mommy issues. But yeah, he wears a skin of a mask of human skin, other people's skin. So I guess, if I want to analyze it more, I guess he's trying to connect, trying to be normal by looking like, Leatherface, dude.
Imagine yourself coming across Leatherface somewhere in Texas. I don't know. I think I'd be pretty scared.
Yeah. This scared me because I remember watching it when I was young as well, and I think the moment when the final girl made it out alive and she got into the pickup truck and she's like all bleeding and like go, and he's just chasing her. Yeah. That scared me. I was like, oh shit.
It's like a super psycho guy. Just
they have this super strength, right? That is determination that they have.
That's their super strength.
But so you're again, Leatherface chasing you, huh? Also bad knees, huh?
Always bad knees. I'll try to figure out a way, like just drive off and just bring back an army.
But you know what's worse about him? He doesn't walk. He actually runs with them. he runs with his fucking chainsaw. That part, if it was me, I'd be like, yeah, take me. I'm done with life. I can't beat you.
This next one is what gave me nightmares for years.
Same.
Because I watched this film when it came out in 1990 and 91, which was part 1 and part 2 from Stephen King's It, is Pennywise the Clown.
Pennywise.
So for those of you who don't know Pennywise, he is a shape-shifting entity that preys on children's fears and always usually appearing as I was terrified of clowns after that. I'm sure a lot of you are terrified of clowns right now. I'm not as terrified of clowns, but I still remember after watching this film, I could not go to McDonald's and see Ronald McDonald because I was...
Pennywise just fucked it up for you.
Messed it up. That damn... Oh my goodness.
See I as well. When I was young, I watched the TV movie. Yeah, it's part 1, part 2. Part 1 when they're kids, part 2 from outer space, from different worlds. No, not even outer space. It could be. I think he's from a different dimension. And his original form is somewhat monstrous, almost like a spider or something like that. It looks something like that. That's his monstrous form. But he feeds off fear. So when he feeds, he needs to have the victims be scared, so it's more tender, right? Which is fucked up. And so over the years, he had a different form. It wasn't necessarily a clown. So at one point, as time went by, after say hundreds and hundreds of years that he's been alive, he chose a clown because he realized children tasted the best. Children was the best meat. So he's like, you know what? I'll do it, because he used to scare adults too. I mean, if he can scare an adult, he'll eat an adult, but it doesn't taste as good. Children are his Wagyu beef.
Yeah, and the fact that the kids during part 1 when they were younger, when they were kids, they went on a lot of adventures together, with friends on their bikes down to the stream and all these kind of things. Those are the things that I used to do as well when I was in the States, right? With all my friends doing the same exact thing. Yeah. Riding our bikes down the road and going into the woods, got down the stream, hanging out back there, and then it made me think holy shit. you could have been one of Pennywise's victims, easily. Yeah, thankfully he's not real, but wow. Yeah, he did a number on me for a long time.
You know what it is? That when Tim Curry, that razor sharp teeth. 90s telemovie versus the remake.
It's gotta be the 90s telemovie.
Yeah, right? Oh, man.
I mean, the remake was all right, but I think because we're watching it as an adult, so it doesn't scare me as much.
Then I'm curious how kids today responded to the remake.
Correct, yeah. But I think the original one, if you look at the original clown, the original Pennywise, it looked like a clown.
Yeah, agreed.
You know,
that's interesting. Yeah.
but when you look at the
You're right. Tim Curry's version was very like, oh, he looks
like a clown,
like a normal harmless clown. But I believe a lot of people we know, like I've in our lives, that don't like clowns in general. But despite Pennywise, they just don't like clowns. And then Pennywise just fucked us up big time.
Clown.
So this one gave me nightmares when I used to live in New York, and we are talking about Mr. Chucky. So Chucky, it's an evil doll from the movie Child's Play. I think they did about 3 or 4 of them. And then there's a series, and then there's Chucky's Bride and whatnot. The whole thing is, this has to do with voodoo and black magic. So in Child's Play, so this is one thing I thought was interesting, because it was a serial killer being chased by the cops, and then he was injured, and he stumbled upon a toy store. And then he is very well versed in black magic and voodoo. So he found the closest. Right before he died, he saw the Buddy toy. The Buddy toy is Chucky's, is the franchise, like a Barbie, and it's Chucky, right? So as it was raining hard, lightning, he did incantations, and then he's transferred his soul into Chucky. So that, again, that part is very interesting to me. Like, that's very rare for a Western Hollywood film to use black magic and voodoo in the 80s.
In a doll.
So what made it interesting that yes, he has a human soul, a serial killer human soul in a doll, and that's what makes it even crazy. And you can see how evil and powerful the doll is, because how his soul was. In the first movie, there's a scene where there was a guy, he's in the car. Chucky, he doesn't know Chucky's in the car, and I think he knocked him out. He tied his hands behind the driver's chair, because the driver was just like, what the fuck is going on? And all of a sudden Chucky just puts a plastic bag, and he's like, oh my god, that moment is like, oh my god, it's freakier because he's a doll. If he was just a guy doing that to another guy, it was like, okay, you're a crazy guy. But this is a doll doing this, it's even crazier. So
yeah, like Chucky kind of, it didn't scare me. But Chucky was, because I think there are points about Chucky that was fun.
No, yes, I admit there are some.
Because he's got some really dark sense of humor.
Yes, he does. And that laugh he has.
Yeah. This next character is a little bit maybe underrated. I did not finish watching this film because I couldn't. It was a bit too much for me, but the character's name is Pinhead from the movie Hellraiser. And Pinhead is literally what he looked like. He had pins in his head.
All over.
Big ass pins. And to be honest with you, it was a bit too much for me. I could not even watch him as the character with all those pins.
Time to play.
Wait.
No more deals, Kirsty. Is your flesh we want to experience, not your skill at bargaining.
So I don't remember this movie so much, but I do remember it giving me the heebie-jeebies. So that's why it's on this list.
To be honest, I haven't watched any of the Hellraiser.
Oh really?
films.
Oh, it's brutal.
So
man.
I don't know. To be honest, aside from what he looks like, I don't know what he does actually.
He's brutal, man. The Hellraiser was a 1987 British horror. So it started off as a mysterious puzzle box known as the Lament Configuration, which when solved opens up a portal to another dimension inhabited by these things called the Cenobites.
Dimension. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so these are like sadomasochistic. How do you say that?
Sadomasochist.
Masochistic. Whatever. Beings who offer extreme experiences of pleasure and pain. So this character named Frank Cotton, seeking new heights of pleasure, opens the box and taken by the Cenobites, but then he later escapes the grass and is left in a grotesque state.
Wow. Okay, so the next one is quite fun actually. This is a fun but from the same mind of Nightmare on Elm Street, right? Wes Craven. So we have the Ghostface. The Ghostface is from the Scream series. He's known for his iconic mask.
Mask again.
That's true. These people, if they were more, honest with themselves, then maybe we can sort out their shit. What's the best thing about Scream franchise is that they follow horror movie rules in the killing spree. So it's basically like a breakdown. So that's why I said earlier about Jason. If a character is having sex in a movie, they will definitely die, or don't say "I'll be right back." So Scream films play around with those tropes, which is pretty cool. So I think, to be honest, Ghostface is not scary. To me, it's not scary. It's more.
Icon.
It's
he's quite an icon character.
He is.
Iconic character. Yeah.
I think for me, why I like the Scream series. Some are good, some are not great. I mean, some hate it, right? But it's because it's a detective series. It's like every film is like, who is the killer?
Who done it?
And is there more than one killer? Is there 3 killers? Is that it was the son of whoever, second cousin, when you're killer? So when the Ghostface masks have been around, but that just catapulted like everybody in Halloween from the late 90s to now wants to be Ghostface. But what's your take?
Ghostface was
because it was never one killer, not the same killer.
Yeah,
it's just the mask is the same.
I wouldn't really put him in the same category as obviously he's not in the same category as these other ghost spirits, voodoos, or whatever characters, but it's actually one of the most scariest ones. You know why? Because they always say, be afraid of humans.
Yeah, they're real people.
They're real people.
Crazy people.
And Ghostface is actually something that can really happen in real life.
That's true. I'm sure it has. Yeah,
sure it has. So that's the freaky part. You don't know because, like you say, there's multiple ghost faces, right?
I think in the movies, what makes me intrigued is say how, because they get creative how they kill each of their victims.
Yeah.
So it's not just with a knife. They got really creative how to murder this person and that person, this person.
Yeah.
And then most often than not, the killer is among the friends. It's definitely one of them, and that's the twist. You're like, of course.
Is it you? Is it you? Is it you behind the camera?
Yeah. It's M. It's M. M for murder.
M for murder.
But yeah, I think that's again, if Ghostface was chasing you, which is a real person, what would you do? And they're pretty fast.
Actually, Ghostface, I'll be able to face.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Because it's human,
right? But they're for some reason they're very super strength too. For some reason, again, determination.
I think that's just part of the movie.
Okay. Oh, so okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think they just elevated the strength, but in actual fact, when one of them was a girl, and you saw that this girl was a lot stronger than some of these guys. Not to say they're not. I'm just saying in a more
Rel.
If you look at how small she was,
Me too,
and how big the guy was, it's
again. I feel like it's that drive, that vengeance, right? Maybe that's what fuels them, make them strong.
Her adrenaline was just so crazy, but regardless, I wouldn't want to face them really. But
so you're telling me if a Ghostface killer was in your apartment right now and trying to kill you, you would try to fight it off?
Yeah.
Wow.
Next up,
the
final 2. Number 9 is one of our favorite characters all around, which is Valak from The Nun from Conjuring 2, which is a demonic entity that takes the form of a terrifying nun. I think Valak is one of the most darkest characters out of all the characters we've mentioned so far.
She is from hell, right? And they have a devil
look,
presence and look. It's that's just you're supposed to feel safe.
Yeah,
like an imam or a nun is supposed to give you some levity and peace, and they look like this. It'll fuck with you, right?
First time I saw his face on the screen, I was like, dang.
It's jarring, like, you know, that sharp. She has that sharp teeth as well. Like Pennywise.
Is it male or she?
It's a demon, so it's a they. Demons don't have gender.
It's a D.
It's a D. Yeah, demons. You're right. Demons are no gender. Actually, yeah. It's just easier sometimes to say he or she, right?
Drum roll.
We have the Exorcist, Regan McNeil.
The little girl.
Yeah, poor Linda Blair's character being possessed by essentially the devil.
Hey, where'd this come from?
I found it.
Well, let's both play.
You really don't want me to play?
Captain Howdy said no.
Who's Captain Howdy?
You're gonna die up there.
I need reassignment. You're the best we've got. I think I've lost my faith. Is there someone inside you?
Sometimes.
Regan's transformation from a sweet girl to a demonic being is one of the most iconic and chilling in horror history. I believe I've read some stuff on Twitter/X that people who did watch the Exorcist and in the 70s, right? 1976 or whatever, when it came out, some people threw up in the cinema. Wow, that's how intense. And I, you know, if you look back, even today, if you watch it now, you're still gonna be like, oh my god. But seeing that in the cinema, remember, you don't have anywhere else to go. You're in this box, and this with this silver screen, and you see this little girl being possessed.
It was a very, very traumatizing scene.
It was
when she really when she became full on the demon, you know.
What she went through physically. I mean, I felt bad. Would feel bad for her, you know. She'd be saying all these, and it's not her, right? And the demon would be saying all these words, and this demon knew things about the priest, about things like because the demons know everything about us, right? Try to influence us, try us to steer away from God, right? That's what these demons do.
Manipulate.
Okay? So you remember Exorcist very well. Any scene that pops?
Any scene that every scene that, especially towards the just when her face starts changing,
I know what you mean,
and you're just waiting for the final face, but every time it just gets there, you're just like, fuck. You know, that face is still in my head, but I guess there's one saving grace is when Scary Movie came out. That kind of helped me,
desensitize
the film a bit. Kind of ruined it a bit.
That's true. That was a funny scene.
But I mean, the scary part about this is that these demons things, you know, they're real stories about people being possessed.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys have heard of podcasts, and people have been saying that, you know, some of them have been possessed themselves. So it's a real thing, and I guess that's what makes it the most.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, because I tell you, I bet you a real exorcist, they watch the film, they're like, that's not far off from what we've been dealing with. I think the scene for me is a two-parter. One is when she was throwing up the green bile goo, and the part when the priest was trying to hold her down or tie her up, and the demon's like, fuck me, priest, and her tongue is out, and she's like, I know you want to fuck me. Like, damn, you know, she's like 12. You know,
the demon wasn't 12.
I know the demon was 12, but that
1,200 years old.
Yeah, I know. Actually, I have not seen Exorcist in a while. I might try it one day.
Yeah.
I'll see how I feel about it.
All right, so basically those are our 10 choices for the most iconic characters in Hollywood. We hope you guys enjoyed us breaking it down, discussing,
analyzing.
Yep. Let us know which is your favorite out of those.
Give us more iconic.
Or if we missed out some iconic characters.
I mean, we focus on Hollywood now. We would love to do others, but those that would require us to probably watch where they're from and watch their film. So at least we have a little bit more to talk about.
Yeah, but I mean, out of our list, which character is the most iconic for you and would freak the crap out of you.
Let us know in comment. Let us know why they scare you so much. Why they give you Naik Bulu.
Thanks again for joining us on Naik Bulu Tales, off the cuff.
Thanks, guys.
Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like.
Share.
And my name is Fairil.
And I'm Moe.
And we'll see you guys again on the next episode of
Naik Bulu Tales.
Off the cuff.
Bye.
Peace out.